Hi everyone, and welcome to my currently inked of this new month and new year of January 2026. This is my third time attempting the video. I unfortunately had some extremely humiliating F-ups in the previous. This doesn't look so bad, but the first, there was no way I could come back from this kind of disaster. So hopefully third time will be the charm for this video. First up is Cukor from Pennonia. This means cotton candy in Hungarian. This is a very bright, happy pink. If you've watched any number of my previous videos, either from pen and ink tube or from booktube and author tube, you might have remembered I really did not like the color pink at all until I was much older. I just always negatively associated it with girly girls. Ew, I don't want to be one of those people. I'm a proud tomboy, but as I've gotten older, I've grown to really like a good bright vivid pink, and this is not swatching as well as it did on the previous pages. Of course, more humiliation, but anyway, I really do enjoy this lovely happy shade of pink, and it really does evoke the name cotton candy well. I have it in one of the birthday presents I got for myself. This is an Edison Collier pen, or maybe it's pronounced Collier. I think I've heard on both pronunciations. This was an Atlas exclusive. I think it's still in stock last I checked, but it's only the 1.5 stub. I got this in a 1.1 stub because I figured I have so many pens already. Why not going forward try to focus on making the remaining pens or the future pens I would like to get a little bit different and more special, instead of just, oh, yet another medium or yet another fine or extra fine. And it's a really great pen. I totally understand now why so many people say they're great for long writing sessions in the hand. So and I guess the reason I was kept messing up prior was because I was totally speaking of the first word of the name, totally out of practice for making currently inked videos. So I was kept forgetting, oh, what do I put first, the pen name or the ink name, or and I'm forgetting important metadata the nib size and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully with more practice over this year and more currently inked videos, I won't make silly mistakes like that. 1.1 stub, and this is Pennonia Cukor. I also need to do much more practice with this overhead tripod, so I know the ideal length. Oh, I only forgot to put the other one in there. What an idiot I am. So just practice with the length of the tripod arm and how close to zoom in and where to position my chair and my arm and the notebook and all sorts of things like that. I really am trying my very best to learn from my mistakes and consistently get better. So I do highly recommend this ink if you guys like a good pink. Next up is a very, very different aspect of the color spectrum, black. This is Narcissus and Goldman from Wearingeul. It has a lovely goldy sheen to it. Not sheen, shimmer to it. I've started getting more back into black inks recently. I think most people seem to go through that phase, or at least in the modern era, when you don't have to write with black ink in a fountain pen anymore. Oh, I'm experimenting with all these fun other colors. Why would I want black? That's what I do in my roller balls or my ballpoints when I use those pens. But for fountain pens, I want to do a rainbow of colors. And then some people, you might start to feel black is a classic for a reason. It's so versatile. Even if I don't have a more conservative or conventional work or school to worry about needing black for, I just like it for its own reasons, and particularly my own macabre Halloween loving heart. Of course I'm going to start trying to get back into black inks again. And I was drawn to this one in particular because Narcissus and Goldman, I have a playlist. I haven't updated it in a while. I'm long overdue to make some more content for it. Hermann Hesse, all about Hermann Hesse and his books. It might be called. He's my second favorite writer. I love him so much. And Narcissus and Goldman is one of his greatest, all-time greatest novels, as well as one of my own personal favorites of his. And this is put in my BENU Astro Gems Palace. This is also a fairly recent edition. I got this from, I think it was the Black Friday sale at Atlas. It was a huge doorbuster on the Astro Gems, and I only have like one of them missing now in the main lineup. There were, I think, like 3 like store exclusives for their website, and plus the Christmas Astro Gems, but I have like 6 of the 7 of the core original line. So this is BENU Astro Gem. Hopefully I will start talking a little bit more slowly and more like collected as the video goes on, and as I just make more videos in general with the whatever, like pens or books or author tube stuff like that, because I realize I sound like so like nervous and frantic when I talk so fast, and I'm not even like talking fast on purpose to sound like an unprofessional amateurish like hack and stooge. It's just like a nervous tick, maybe, because I'm so like not used to being on camera talking by myself yet, even though I feel I have more confidence, and where it really counts, it seems like I don't have nearly as much new confidence as I had hoped I had. Hopefully that M is showing, but whatever. So this is Wearingeul, Narcissus and Goldmund. I do highly recommend that book to you guys if you're like interested in, like, you know, classic German literature. It's set during the Middle Ages, and one of the like episodes in the book, it's about the Black Death, like, or at least one of the outbreaks of it, and it's about, like, you know, art history too, and the, you know, the battle between religious life and secular life. I've like used so many like things from that book, like references or allusions in my own books over the years. I think I don't remember if I've done a video yet on Hermann Hesse's influence on my own life. If not, that's definitely like on my bucket list for future videos. Narcissus and Goldmund. Now there's a huge blank space, which I really hate. Next up is Yomogi by Sailor, which I only have a sample of. I got it from Goldspot a couple of years ago, and like totally had forgotten I had, oh yeah, 5 Sailor samples. They were part of like free gifts given away with their store exclusive Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and I believe they also had it in a regular Pro Gear size blue Cobra. And it's a beautiful, lovely shade of teal. I can't believe I like forgot these inks for like that long. This is such a good, like, beautiful shade of teal. I would absolutely love to get a full bottle. It's like almost like gone now because like they only gave, I think, like 2 milliliters or something like that. But wow, that's more than enough to get wet my taste. I put this ink in my brand newest, my newest pen, the Pilot Custom 473. Yeah, there it goes. I'm sorry, I'm like blanking on the name as I'm writing it. What an idiot I am. This is in the Verdigris. I was thinking about this like for like quite some time, on and off, and then even like after they had jacked up the price last year, I still wasn't quite sure, should I get this or not. This isn't a Falcon nib, but then when I saw, oh, there, I'm jacking up the price again, oh, I just like fell off of the page. I'm such an idiot. I really need to work on my like presentation and what's coming next, whatever. So, and this is Sailor Yomogi, but yeah, but when I saw, oh, the price is being jacked up yet again, plus knowing for some time they're discontinuing this pen. This was a North American exclusive. I figured like, hey, now or never, like, why not get it? And oh, I'm so happy I did. I've been using this every day since it arrived, and I used my the Goldspot points to get a nice discount on the pen, so I didn't pay full price. And I really love this. It's like absolutely one of my favorites just in the couple of days I've had it. This is a Cult Pens BENU exclusive in the Minima line, Deadly Nightshade. I could not resist this. I got this with my 10% birthday discount recently, along with a couple of like, no, they weren't inks. I just got this cute little thing from Legami, the Be Different like pencil case, plus the matching one, which I already have the alien one, the three-eyed alien. I don't remember if I've ever showed that in a video, but these were the other things I got with the discount. Like, I could not resist the Deadly Nightshade. Come on, there's a freaking skull on it, 2 skulls on it, and surprisingly, I didn't like put my own ink in this. I decided to use, like, why not go for it, the Oxford Blue Diamine cartridge it came with until it runs out, and then I will be eyedroppering the pen. This is a gorgeous, lovely, beautiful shade of blue. So this has been having some kind of hard starting issues. I don't know if like the cartridge just isn't pushed all the way in, or maybe it's just like I haven't used a cartridge in so freaking long. This is it looks more like a kind of like a beautiful shade of like blue black, but like filling it in this way, it's like so much more like time consuming than just like shoving it across with like the dip, not the dip pen or whatever, the paintbrush or the little Dominant Industries ink muddler. So this is BENU Minima Deadly Nightshade. Even the name is awesome. It matches with their Deadly Nightshade ink, which is a store exclusive, also from Diamine. I know that's getting up too close to the previous. Again, this is a huge work in progress for me. If you guys are still watching at this point, I really am trying to get better and not look like such an embarrassing, like amateurish, unprofessional, like stooge, which is why I take like nasty, like rude comments so, like, you know, personally. Oh, stop waving your hand around. You're talking too fast. The sound is in the toilet, and it's always been in the toilet. There's something wrong. You're doing something wrong. Your volume is way too low, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you really think that's, like, helpful to people, like, particularly who don't have large, like, followings yet? We're just supposed to say, oh, yeah, I guess I really do suck, and I should start doing all these things differently, even when I don't have, like, the money or the time to invest in all this, like, fancy software to make my sound jacked up even higher than it like already goes. Yeah, thank you, stranger, who just like drove right through with a nasty, like unhelpful, unproductive troll comment. I really am going to do everything different now because you told me what was what. So yeah, it's a beautiful blue. I'm kind of sorry I haven't used their other cartridges yet. Maybe I would even get like a full bottle of this stuff like once all the cartridges are gone. Next up is Smoky Tobacco from the recent Diamine Inkvent 2020-2025 Teal Edition. I love everything about this. This was a huge, like, amazingly pleasant surprise for me. The smell, oh, it's just so wonderful. It, like, makes me think of, like, walking past Ed Lee's Tobacco, a tobacco emporium at Stuyvesant Plaza in my hometown of Albany, New York, so many times. I went in the store from time to time, but mostly I just walked past it, and it's just such a great smell of tobacco. It's so homey and like comforting and just like everything like wonderful I wanted in ink, and this is, it's so perfect. I can't wait to get a full bottle of it. I put it in, surprise, surprise, yet another BENU. This is the Talisman Dream Bean. I got this as a birthday present for myself in 2024. I wasn't really like into it. I didn't think I would want that one for like quite some time, but then it suddenly grew on me. Hey, brown pens are really like cool. I want more brown pens for my collection, particularly because I'm, you know, liking brown inks way more than I ever thought I would. Talisman Dream Bean, and this actually has dream beans in it, and I thought maybe this would be like so perfect to put the smoky tobacco in, because many people in like Africa, mostly where the dream beans are from, they smoke the dream beans, and it's like has believed to have like, you know, not psychological, like psychic powers and stuff. It can help you with lucid dreaming and pain relief, just open up your like your chakras or something like that if you're inclined to believe that. Diamond Smoky Tobacco, and it's a beautiful shade of medium brown. I just love every damn thing about it. I'm going to be refilling this with more Smoky Tobacco when it runs dry. Here is another Wearingeul ink, Captain Hook, which was a fairly recent acquisition. I got this, or did I get this from Atlas? I think I'm pretty sure I must have gotten it from Atlas. I really like it. It's such a gorgeous, like a beautiful like shade of red. So everything I could have wanted in a red, and I even made it bigger than the other inks, not on purpose. I put this in one of the inks I got from Atlas with my recent birthday discount. This is a Delta Duna. This is a 1.1 stub. This is from their ongoing Signs of Time series. This is, it's all about important eras in schools and art history, and this represents the Middle Ages. I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's picking up well at all, but the light is, you know, kind of like fading. I do most profusely apologize for that to you guys, but it's such a beautiful, bright, happy red, and I love this line so much. And I've really gotten into, you know, Delta pens. Like, why were you hiding? It's such a great company, beautiful, like Italian craftsmanship. Went to get the whole, you know, lineup. Signs of Time, medieval art. This is a stub, 1.1, and this is Wearingeul, Captain Hook. Wearingeul, Captain Hook. This is a great, smooth, flowing ink. I'm sorry if that microphone is picking up annoying noises in the back. I hate open concepts with the fire of a million suns. Sorry, not sorry. Some of us actually like these old-fashioned things called like walls and doors. This is Greed from Diamine's 7 Deadly Sins line, which is a Cult Pens exclusive. I had never put this in a pen before, and I decided to put it in my other new Delta Signs of Time pen, which represents the Renaissance. It has a lot of like pretty gold in it, and this seems pretty legible as far as a gold ink goes. I know some people compare inks of this color to like something unfelicitous that comes out of a baby's nether regions. You probably know what I'm referring to. Like, I don't like to use like vulgar language on my channel. Don't say words worse than hell and damn, or at least not in the English language. But it's a great, really cool, distinctive goldy ink, and it's a shimmer ink. Like, what else could you think of to represent greed besides gold? And this is the pen. You can see the really pretty gold shimmers. I'm really sorry if it's just not, oh, damn it. But I really am doing the very best I can within my existing limitations. So I'm gonna shake it up just a little bit. Signs of Time, Renaissance. When I've collected all the pens in the Signs of Time series, I will be doing a full video about that collection. Signs of Time, Renaissance. And I also thought like stub would be perfect for the Renaissance and medieval, because like that does kind of look like, you know, the type of calligraphy you often see in like manuscripts from that era. 1.1. This is Diamine, Greed. Fits in there. Greed. 7 Deadly Sins. And I'm so sorry about the fading light. I probably should have done this video much earlier, but then there were, you know, I couldn't really do it because like people were right outside my door thanks to the open concept abomination. I couldn't really do that with like blabbing and TV noises like right in the background outside of my damn door. This is one of my favorite browns, Monterverde brown sugar. It is just such an absolutely perfect, deep, dark brown. It perfectly looks like brown sugar too. Just everything I could have ever asked for in a brown ink. I love it so much. I've had it in other pens prior, and I just decided why not just, you know, keep using it. I still have a little bit of it kicking around in my TWSBI creme, but you know, that's almost written dry, and I decided to eyedropper my one and only at present BENU Pixie. I'm really sorry that light is just ass, but my BENU Pixie. This is the mini mocha. It's like a little brother to the iced caramel latte, but I couldn't resist it. Like, you know, it represents a drink and kind of helps to keep you warm in the winter. Like, I love BENU. They are so totally my, you know, favorite brand. I can't wait to do some more like proper reviews of their pens now that I, you know, have an overhead tripod. Why isn't it coming out? There, it's finally writing. I stupidly forgot. Oh yeah, when you're eyedroppering a pen, you don't just immediately screw the cap back, not the cap, the like the feed, the section, you have to let it loose just a little bit. Don't entirely tighten it. I guess you have to let air get up into it first, because there is no, like, you know, cartridge converter like usual system. And then you turn it upside down over the ink bottle, and you turn it the rest of the way closed. And if not, just like drop it, like dip it in and see if it like writes then. But you don't just immediately like write it and go, or go and write it the way you normally do with like other types of pens. That's always a humiliating lesson to have happen right on camera, but I'm really trying my very best with my, you know, limited like technological abilities. And is that all in frame? Good, that's still in frame. This is Pixie Mini Mocha, and this is in a medium. I love their medium nibs. I think it must be my like favorite of their nib sizes at present. I think I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, I had mentioned in my 2 prior attempts that unfortunately had to be discontinued when I made like snafus like way too bad to ignore, just keep going. I do have more pens than this currently inked, but like they're just not so much left in them. They're just from prior months, and I don't intend to refill them afterwards. So like, unless there's like enough space left on the page, I'm not gonna like bother with them. This is Mini Mocha. This is Monterverde Brown Sugar. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to put this back on. That's why it felt so tiny in my hand. And hopefully I'm learning from all this and will not keep making silly mistakes in my, you know, future videos. This is, I think this might be the tiniest pen I have, but I just, you know, could not resist it. I got this with my brown sugar ink. If I like say the wrong thing, I'm totally going to lose my track of thought. I got this along with my recent birthday ink samples from Goulet. I have a swatching video of that. I love this ink so much. It's just such a great, beautiful, awesome shade of brown. Like right up there with Smoky Tobacco is one of my current favorite browns. This is another Inkvent ink from this past teal edition. Brrr, it was day 11. This is a pigment shimmer, their first ever pigment shimmer. It's a light, kind of more a medium tone. I've heard a few other people calling it more of like a denim-y type of blue. I really like it, and it, because it was a bit on the lighter side, or at least for my, you know, personal taste, I put it into a bigger stub nib. This is in my Let It Snow pen, which is an Opus 88 Gold Spot exclusive. It's long since sold out to my knowledge. They're not going to be bringing it back, although that would be totally awesome if they were. This, I got this pen originally with a medium nib, but I switched it out for the 1.4 stub nib. That's really easy to do with the Opus 88s, or at least the minis, because like, look at this black section, just like screw it off and replace it on like another pen of your choice. And I felt that would be, you know, the best to showcase this like great ink, particularly at a lighter shade than I personally like. Opus 88, Let It Snow. It was coming out kind of purpley at first when I put it in here, because I had neglected to like wash or rinse out the existing nib which was in it, which had been dip tested with Yamabudo from Pilot Iroshizuku. So, but now it's coming out the full purple, not purple, like bluey color it was intended to be. This is Diamine. Brrr. You can go like check out, I have a whole playlist about the Inkvent 2025, as well as they're all in my Inky Love playlist. This is Celestial Skies, which was my absolute favorite throughout the entire Inkvent. I cannot wait to get a full bottle of this gorgeous, beautiful ink. I cannot see myself like taking it out of the pen it's currently in. I'll immediately re-ink it up all over again. It's so absolutely damn fantastic. Perfect. I put this in Delta Duna Tulipani. This isn't a broad nib. Like, what better like kind of nib, but then to show, what better nib to showcase such a beautiful, lovely shimmery ink. I think it's running kind of low, no surprise there, but I will definitely 100% be re-inking this in the coming days if it does run out. This is also a Atlas exclusive. They've really become my absolute like favorite store over the last year or so for like so like many reasons. I just like, you know, personally care about their customers. They have a great community on their like Discord and on their other social medias. I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to put. Okay, Diamine, Celestial Skies. I just really feel like that they care about their customers as like people instead of just, oh yeah, make that buck, you know, or make that dime, or whatever they say. Skies. I can just fit that in. And last but not least, the final ink from this year's, last year's Diamine Inkvent, the Mer the Merrier, from the Christmas big bottle of 20, not 25, 30 milliliters. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous deep teal. It ended the Inkvent year. My fifth favorite 100% will be getting a full bottle of this. Surprise, surprise, I put it in another Delta pen. They've become like one of my like fast new favorite brands. This is also, yeah, it's in a medium nib, but it feels right, very, very juicy. I'm really, again, so sorry about that like, terrible crap ass light. If you guys are still watching at this point, this is another Atlas exclusive water lily after a Monet painting of the same name. Just so many beautiful shades of like, you know, blue and green and a little bit of gold and like pink and purples in there too. I was saving this the whole like month of December because I knew like who doesn't know at this point that the last ink of the Inkvent was going to be teal, so I figured like a great perfect match. This ink has been having a little bit of railroading. When I just went to start writing the name, that was pretty embarrassing, but you know, it is a really well writing ink. Otherwise, this is both sheen and shimmer. They apparently love to do like, you know, crazy stuff with their last day inks. I'm not really sure. Like I'm leaning towards like 100%, of course, but like not 100%. Would I get the Inkvent again like this coming year? But, you know, probably will. And I'm also thinking seriously about getting the color vent calendar. I really loved living vicariously through other people's swatching videos last month, and particularly if I like the color of this year's Inkvent. Oh, maybe it's going to be, I don't know, let's say like peach or like bronze or something like outrageous like that. Water lily, medium. Like what other colors? They haven't done any like metallics, like, you know, gold or silver, bronze, like copper, like gray. I really don't like gray ink. Sorry. They did red, blue, purple, and green. They like orange, like yellow. Like yellow ink can be very particular, like pink, but you know, that's not really my jam. But fill in the blanks. Like, let me know what colors you would like to see for future Diamine Inkvents. Or like lavender, lilac, turquoise. That might be too close to this past teal edition. Mer the Merrier. They have such fun, clever names for their inks. And hopefully I can squeeze all that in. Ended up with like a lucky number 11 inks. Didn't even have to bother reaching for any of the pens that have, you know, still been inked from like previous months. Just hadn't written them dry quite yet. But, you know, I had them on the ready for, you know, backups. And hopefully I didn't have too many that humiliating mistakes during this, although I can't forget I really like effed up the previous two times I tried to make this video with getting messes all over the page. Thank you very much for watching all the way through to the end. To recap, this is Vata Tsukor cotton candy from Pennonia, one of my favorite brands. Wearingeul, Narcissus, and Goldwind, another favorite brand. Sailor Yomogi. I don't really have that many Sailor inks yet to speak about, mostly from the free samples I got, and I like one Shikiori Kasasagi so much I decided to get a full bottle of it. But other than that, don't really have any experience with Sailor inks. The Diamine Oxford Blue, which is the default ink in the BENU cartridges. Smoky Tobacco Diamine, the recent Inkvent. Wearingeul Captain Hook. Diamine Greed from the Seven Deadly Sins line, from Cult Pens. Monterverde, a brown sugar. Brr from the Diamine Inkvent. Celestial Skies from the Diamine Inkvent, and Myrrh the Merrier from Diamine Inkvent. Let me just pull it in close. And there is a close-up look of all of the inks. I'm very well aware of the fact that I do not have the best, zooming perception. I know I could get it a lot closer, like pretty much everyone else on PenTube seems to take for granted. They just know how to set it up perfectly with the right dimensions and such, but I really am learning. So thank you guys again very much for watching them. Leave me some respectful tips down in the comments how you learned how to get better with making your own pen and ink videos. So again, thanks for watching. Bye.